I can have mine.
Thank you. See, I always look at it on my phone. I always tell her, don't print it for me.
Okay, let's have a roll call.
Bill Connor. Ron Hembolt.
Here.
Shelley Mamberto.
Here.
Nicholas Hawkins. Thad Taylor.
Here.
Dennis Otto.
Here.
Lee Trucks.
Here. Approval of agenda. Move to approve.
Second.
Did I hear support?
Yes.
Moved and
Support.
supported to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor, say aye.
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 Approval of minutes. You've all been sent the minutes of the last Historic District Commission meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Can she make that if she wasn't here?
Oh, is that a rule? Was I not here?
I thought you had to be at the meeting to approve the minutes.
I don't remember that in these bylaws. It could be, it's common.
Then I'll retract it.
There we go.
Just in
It's
case.
Probably, yep, let's play it safe.
We move to approve the agenda. We have a second.
I can support it.
Second.
Moved and second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Public comment on agenda-related items. Hearing nothing, we will go on. New business. Do we have any new business?
Nope.
Old business, Fracano's. You all have been presented with the application for certificate. And we are open for discussion on that.
And we have a representative here for Kanos, Mr., is it Slater?
Yes.
Slater, Mr. Rick Slater here. So if you guys have any questions, I'm sure he's happy to answer anything you guys have.
Say preliminary to it, to our discussion?
From what I understand, there's just issues with colors, lighting, and what was the other one? Size of the additions.
Size, yep, which I think you addressed to me already, so I was good with that.
What materials are you going to use on the exterior?
Well, the base of the unit. will
Rick, can
be-
you step up to the?
Sure.
Thank you.
The face of the unit will be a red brick wainscot on the bottom, and then it'll be a, what do you call, as original building, it was a surface prep of concrete that was just painted. We're going to bring that back as it was before. The riverside will be a vinyl siding. The new addition will be vinyl sided as well. Any questions?
It helps me.
No.
Obviously, vinyl's not historic, but we're in a situation where we have what's basically a non-contributing building in the historic district. So it's up to us, I guess, if we want to make a recommendation for some material other than vinyl.
There was also the metal roof there that I noticed. Mark and I had kind of discussed that, and then the overhead door. So again, that's all on you guys, how you wish to handle that. But those would be the issues where you would be allowing those things that typically haven't been there. So
What issues do we, if the River Street facade is brought back to what it was, do we have a real issue with the Manistee River side of it?
the addition would have the door and the roof and the siding as well.
What size are, in inches, are the horizontal vinyl planks?
4-inch,
Okay,
pretty common,
yes.
very common.
So is that the addition you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
That addition will provide for concealment of garbage cans, linens, beer bottles, pop cans.
Is it something that you would entertain, at least on the front side of that building, making it look like the building itself, the other part of the building?
The riverside of it?
Yeah, the River Street side of it.
There really wouldn't be that much exposure there, but certainly could be.
We had some concerns about the garage door being just that plain, aluminum garage door, which doesn't really seem to fit into, the scheme of the building and the street. Is there some way to disguise that better or come up with a different option rather than just that garage door there?
Well, they make all kinds of styles of garage doors. I mean, they could,
Has he seen these?
I don't think so, no.
Oh,
So these just came through today, but there was some suggestions here on
I like these.
possible options as far as instead of just the overhead with the gray aluminum.
yeah, this is what I-
Historically, the only time we've ever approved a garage door type of door for the facade was sort of across from Goody's.
And Mark, did you say that was it was an existing dealership at one point?
It was an existing garage.
Yeah, 334 to 338, and that's an existing garage.
He mentioned that in his email.
I certainly wouldn't be opposed to this kind of design. I really like it.
Yeah, that looks real, I think it looks real sharp.
Me too.
I don't know, how's the commission feel about the, I guess, east end and west end being vinyl? Are there any issues with that?
The west end will still be exposed block as it,
Oh, okay,
it'll just be, the west end will be.
Okay, so it's just that,
That will not have vinyl siding on it.
okay. Could you do this,
Riverside and the east side would be vinyl, right?
The water side,
yeah,
east side, correct.
could you get away from vinyl on the east end on that new addition? Make it look like the rest of the building, because that's pretty visual from anybody driving or walking. Personally, I'm not too concerned about on the water side of it, what it looks like so much, is if that was an option.
Can I, ask,
What if it were all block?
can I ask Mark a question? I've seen some historic homes, some vinyl siding companies work with historic homes, in particular for the 4-inch siding, which clearly was what was used on a lot of historic homes pre-1915 or so.
Okay.
Is that something you get a request for or see frequently? No?
No.
Okay.
We did, the commission in 2014 did allow a vinyl siding material in the rear of where there's not top about it. So I would.
Rear being the water side?
Water side,
Okay.
that's correct.
And that's what he's talking about.
And it would be, similar to something like that, I would imagine. I don't remember the exact vinyl material what it was, we did approve that. But that was just on the rear of the building.
at least go that way so it
Yeah.
looks the same.
We'll bring it up.
What about, if you notice the side of the building in front, you've got that lower brick section. Could you carry that around to that addition so that matches, since it's more visible, just on that bottom, that, I don't know what the height of that is there? You know what I'm talking about, in the front?
Yeah, I do, but that's quite a drop off from there. So you would have a partition that's block and then brick and then siding.
Are you keeping
Why
the
can't you,
decking?
why can't you put the brick over the block? I mean, it's not a problem, really. Can't you continue to brick, the block, the brick right over the block on that bottom part?
Could.
Yeah, I mean, this way at least it would tie in with the, well,
More money.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know you had mentioned something about maybe block on the east end, or
I think
Yeah,
would that be the entire?
the architect originally designed it as all block all the way up.
Okay.
Really limits what you can do on the inside of it as far as shelving and storage compartments and stuff, because you're dealing with the block. I mean, you can do it, of course, but
Right.
it's just more cumbersome.
We've,
Personally, I don't really like the look of the vinyl on the east end, and if we could do something to make it different, is what I was looking for. What would be, is block, do you think block is doable?
Yeah, block is it's certainly doable.
Is that something the rest of the commission would be interested in, is to get rid of that vinyl on the east end and getting block there?
Did Mark make any suggestions
Is
In
this,
regards to- I'm sorry.
in regards to the exterior materials?
In regards to the exterior, front exterior,
Well, it sounds like the river and the east side, the new portion.
yes.
Am I right, Ed? The river side and the east portion?
Yeah.
The water side?
If the, the original building was block, so if the addition were to be constructed out of that, like material, it would certainly match up with what the original building was like. So as that suggested, especially on the east end where people are driving or walking by, to have it somewhat tie in with the original material that was used in the building, I think would certainly be appropriate. On the rear, as Thad said, probably not as concerned. We have a lot of vinyl siding on the rear of buildings before. So, but anything that is certainly walking by, driving by, if it were vinyl, it would probably cheapen, the character or vicinity of River Street itself. But if it was black, I think that would certainly be appropriate.
And it looks like it's block halfway up, so are you asking for block all the way up?
Well, I don't know what he was offering.
Oh, okay.
You mentioned block.
I was trying to avoid it.
I know, I'm gonna call you out on it.
we've discussed doing a few weeks back, doing a mural, possibly on some buildings of some sort. What about doing something on that side of that building?
A mural?
A mural?
Or at least, something that where you could put a mural on.
Right.
Pretty hard to put a mural on vinyl siding. I don't know. I mean, the way I understand what the commission is saying right now is that we're not comfortable with the vinyl siding where it's visible from the River Street side, which is basically on
Just the east side.
the east side of the thing between the Elks and the 440 building. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable myself with coming up with what exactly you should do, but I would like to see some other options, rather than vinyl siding that could be done. What would be more in line with the rest of the downtown. And it'd be nice too that would be a nice mural right there.
Yeah, I think that's something down the road I want to hammer out.
So,
Material.
whether it's block.
And how much, if
outside
any,
of the construction, I don't think makes that much difference to us, but just something that seems to be more compatible with the.
I gotta believe there's a bit of a sense of urgency to get
that's
a
what I was just
decision.
gonna ask.
Yeah.
And I would,
This would cause a delay.
I would be okay, I'll throw it out, is that the commission's pretty much made its wishes known that we don't want the vinyl on the east end visible from pedestrians or motorists on the River Street. And whether, as you said, Lee, whether it's brick or something else, I would be comfortable
Yeah,
if,
even just,
if it was okayed by staff and Mark on what the suitable material is. So we don't have to have you come back here in March or maybe in April and just get it going.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't know how the rest of the commission feels about that.
I agree.
Well, I guess
But, you know, at some point, I think we'll make a motion in terms of this. But
Okay.
do we have other items that we need to discuss?
let's just put this to bed then. We'll just make that all blocked then.
Okay.
I'll have to deal with whatever it takes to get that all blocked then.
Yeah. Okay. And then it'll be, you know, I guess compatible with the rest of the exterior of the building. Okay, thank you very much.
Nothing
Um,
else?
As far as the garage door goes, you know, to me, it would seem like something like that,
Is doable?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's doable.
I do believe this is an overhead door. It just makes it look like it's
Looks like
barn
carriage
door.
house doors, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd fit in better with the rest of the building. The only other concern that I have is with the sign. I mean, there have been two things that presented to us so far. One of them, that projecting sign was internally lit. And one of the pictures that we just got shows that it's not internally lit, but there are
No, it was
lights
never,
that shine on it.
yeah, it was never intended to be internally lit.
Okay.
It was intended to be illuminated. But we've foregone that only because there's a street sign right in front of the building. I don't think we need any illumination on that sign at all. So we've already illuminated the lights,
You eliminated the lights?
yes.
Well, that was the only objection that we had, so there's no objection to a projecting sign.
No, we've had them elsewhere downtown.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be similar to the one on the ice cream place, just across the street.
So I think that a motion's in order.
But before we get there, the last thing that, it came up earlier, and I just don't want it to get lost here, was the roof, the metal roof.
Metal roof.
I don't know if that was an issue or not, but the other thing being, I think, we've kind of done it in the past in the planning commission, is we'll set a motion for each item, and then you can make that's kind of your master list, and that motion will kind of represent the full.
Is it standing seam or is it metal shingles?
Standing seam.
Okay.
You don't see all the rivets and screws.
Is there anybody have any issue with metal though?
I know Mark and I discussed it, so if it was an issue for you guys, you know.
I don't have
I
one.
don't think so. I think it makes sense in this environment.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't have an issue.
All right. So we have motions in order.
So I would let's just go one item at a time, and then we'll pass one big one at the end.
Okay, I'll start with the east end of the building, the addition, that, for the offer, that it would be brick. That would be block,
It'd be black.
compatible with the rest of the exterior.
It'll be compatible with the west end, which is all black,
Okay,
exposed.
all right.
So that's one motion there, so
Yeah.
we need a
This
second.
is the motion to change the east side to block from vinyl siding. Do we have a second for that?
I would second that.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the change from vinyl siding to block on the east side of the building.
I would only have one reservation, which I'll have to talk to the architect about, because there's a fire code issue when you're that close to another building, to see if black is acceptable as a fire barrier.
And that's something where if it's a minor change from a different kind of block or whatever it might be, I think you could safely put that on the shoulders of Mark and myself.
Okay.
Sounds
Do we
like a
have to
plan.
stipulate that?
I would add it in. So just
So-
edit the motion there.
Edit your motion to add
Thank you, as if I can remember.
So for the
Move that we change from vinyl to, you want it brick or block?
Block.
Block on the east end of the building that would be compatible with the west end of the building.
Correct.
And if it becomes a fire safety issue and there needs to be a minor change to that, that we allow staff to make those changes, and approve those changes.
Okay.
That, get what you need, Zach?
I think so, Nance. You got what you need out of that?
I'm meeting with the fire marshal tomorrow to discuss other things as well, but I'll bring that up.
And then you need a motion to accept the change on the roof or the,
We have,
I need a second on this one
oh,
first.
second,
we
sorry.
can vote on it.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the change from vinyl siding to block on the east end of the building that's compatible with what's on the west end of the building now. And if any minor change is needed because of
Fire code.
martial requirements or something like that, that we authorize Zach and/or Mark to approve those changes. Is that fair enough?
Sounds good.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next item,
Garage door.
garage door.
Sure. How do you want to word this? We don't want to tie him in necessarily. I mean, he says he likes this, but more historically appropriate?
Yeah. In that, again, you could put, have the final check between Mark and myself.
So I'll make a motion to accept changes to the garage door with something more historically appropriate and final changes to be approved by Mark and Zach.
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported to accept the proposed changes to the garage door and for something more appropriate to downtown, and that the final approval be given to Zach or Mark. Fair? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? What else?
It sounds like
Second.
we don't have to do
Yeah,
anything with the
Dennis got a
sign
second.
because it's
No, I said, like, do you need
Not
a
gonna be
second to
lit.
like catch up?
That's right.
Oh, no,
Do
I
we
got it
need-
on recording too, so I'm okay.
Do you need one on the roof?
Thing on the roof?
If you guys wanted something. There was
In the roof.
the front facade as well of the addition.
Oh,
I don't-
with
I
the
don't know-
brick and the cement.
Right. Yeah, I don't know
So
where you
as
guys were with that, but if that was, if you didn't want it all vinyl there to match the side, or however you guys wanted to do it, but.
Well, I thought he said only the riverside was vinyl, fronts,
On
the
the water
concrete and the brick, right?
Did I-
The street side is a concrete overlay or like stucco or something in brick, and then the
Right.
back side is vinyl, right?
Correct.
And that's as proposed in his renderings, correct?
I see vinyl siding on the front, or around the door, around the overhead door.
Oh, maybe because they're, I assume probably changing the door. It looks like they're,
It says vinyl siding.
can't tell that that's,
It's marked as vinyl.
oh.
Well, yeah, he'd already committed to the,
To the side, to the east side.
Right.
I just didn't know if you wanted to change the front.
well, I thought earlier he had committed to the entire length of the River Street side was going to be that block and,
He said the garage.
Brick and skim coat.
yeah,
Yeah.
to include that garage
To
area.
include the garage,
Okay.
Okay.
which is about 2 feet
Yeah,
surface.
so I guess I'll just make
Okay.
a motion that the facade for the entire length of
Continue.
the River Street portion of the building will be blocked with a what overlay? Or what?
Skim coat.
Skim coat?
Skim coat.
Just continue that front facade.
Yep,
Press the,
so it's all gonna be the same.
You want to repeat that, Chad?
You're testing the paint.
Garage face, same as the building face.
yes.
How's-
Perfect. Everything's gonna look the same.
All right. Been moved and
Seconded.
seconded that the entire facade of on the River Street be the same. Correct? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
No, is there any other?
Do we have to do a motion on the roof then?
It's up to you guys. If you wanted to change something about it, but I didn't get that impression, so, but I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth.
We don't need any action on that because isn't that what's that as proposed?
If you're good with what's presented, we'll keep to that. And then if that's all the changes, I think we just pass one motion to accept all the changes that all the list we just made.
Okay, let's have a motion.
And that would be your approval
to accept
as well.
the proposal with the changes as stated.
Nancy, did we approve that previous mention or motion on the interior facade? Okay.
On the front of the garage?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
All right.
Did you make a motion or are you looking for one?
I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve all of the listed changes.
Support.
With this is the approval
Yes.
Right, and
This is
that
the
those
approval.
are included in the individual motions, yeah.
with the certificate of appropriateness and then the sign as well. I think you just tie it all into one and make it nice and easy for Nancy.
Okay, I'm understanding that this is a motion to approve the design, noting the changes that have been made at this meeting, and issue the certificate of appropriateness at this time to continue with the project.
As well as the sign.
What?
There was a sign permit in there as well. That was separate.
Yeah. We have a second to that?
Do we need to include the sign?
I would,
Okay.
if you guys didn't have issues with it. Because that way it's all done, one and done today.
Approve the sign application as well?
Is that a motion?
I think that's a motion.
I'll support it.
Okay, it's been moved and supported to approve the design, including the sign proposal, and issue the certificate of appropriateness. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Okay,
I need to talk to you about a couple of issues.
Okay.
I don't think we have any particular permit review to do at this point, do we? Is there
Just the standard one that we've got now. That's all up to date and as fresh as it gets.
Don't think any actions required.
No,
Okay.
no.
Public comments and communications concerning items not on the agenda. Seeing none. Correspondence.
I have no correspondence at this time.
Okay. Reports DDA Executive and Economic Development Director. Museum Curator.
I have none.
Planning and Zoning Administrator.
The only update I've got is, I mentioned it just before the meeting here, Ron, Dennis, and Bill, your terms are up at the end of the month here, so you'll have to reapply if you want to continue to be a member. So, other than that, that's all I have.
I have one question. There's been a kerfuffle about change in the zoning requirements that involves I don't know how you want to say this. Can you say this, Zach? You probably know what I'm talking about. involves the Milwaukee house and the size of the lots and.
Yeah, I do, but I don't think that's appropriate for the HDC. I'm happy to,
My question is whether or not the proposed change had an effect on the HDC.
not, no, with the stipulation not in the district, possibly on some of the outside properties that you guys have purview over. The Guardian Angel Church would be one. The few other, the list is short, it's 6 or 8. But it would, those ones could potentially be affected.
What about the Washington Street project?
Nope, nope, because the reason being it's in the C3 district and it really had no effect there.
Anyone else?
No, I'm good. Move we adjourn.
Nobody has anything? I'm ready to go home then.
Move we adjourn.
Thought about it.
Thank you.